Good day, everyone. I am ERWIN SAYSE,
And I am CUETO.
and we are here to present our design project entitled Automated Cocktail Mixer Machine. Chapter 1, the project and its background. For the introduction, cocktail is an alcoholic mixed drink which is either a combination of spirits or one or more spirits mixed with other ingredients such as fruit juice, flavored syrup, or cream. So there are various types of cocktails based on the number and kind of ingredients added. For the objectives of the study, we have the following. First, design a project that will convert wine mixing from manual to automatic, thus upgrade the version of cocktail mixing. The second is to develop a project that will benefit the bar owners in terms of productivity and through reducing the needed manpower. And the last is to evaluate the system in terms of reliability, functionality, ease of use, and safety.
Next is the significance of the study. Automated cocktail mixer machine is very relevant right now. This will change the manual way, the automated way of mixing cocktails. This will benefit the following. First, the bar owner. The major beneficiary of automated cocktail mixer machine is the bar owner. This will lessen the labor and expenses of every owner. Using this machine, it will attract customers that will lead to a more productive business. Next, hotels and restaurants. Some hotels and restaurants offers cocktail drinks. This tool will help in serving cocktail drinks to every. And lastly, the future researchers. This study can serve as a reference or guide for future researchers who will conduct a similar study.
Next is the scope of our project. First is the machine accepts only exact amount of paper bill, specifically 20 pesos, 50 pesos, and 100 pesos. It has a maximum number of 6 available cocktail mixtures. And every cocktail costs 100 pesos. And it can be operated only with a power supply from electrical energy. Then the limitations are, it does not offer a single flavored drinks. Next is, it does not allow a coin bill as a payment. Then it does not also change bills for the customers. And lastly, the machine will not be able to use when there is a power interruption. These are the definition of terms. First is the motor, which is the researchers that use motor as a backbone of the machine, and this helps to run some electrical components to make them functional. Next is the spirit dispenser. This tool holds the cocktail batters and dispenses the cocktail drinks to the glass with its corresponding amount. Also the solenoid valve. This tool controls the flow of the liquid in the machine. Also in the submersible water pump, this tool helps to pump water towards the shaker during the cleaning process. And lastly, the bill acceptor, which is the machine uses as a payment counter, and this verifies the exact amount of the price of the cocktail mixture.
Chapter 2, the review of related literatures and studies. So the following literatures and studies were gathered and reviewed by the researchers to understand the topic and guide them in the concept and design of this study. So for the related literature, so first we have Mixing of Viscous Liquids by Duckworth, year 1953. And the next is Process of Mixing Fluids by Cush and Otino in 1992. Then the next one is the related studies. So we have 3 related studies. So the first is the study of static solid mixers by William Bradford on 1996. Then the development of mixer machine for organic animal feed production by Lehman 2003. And the mixer machinery construction by Sharma and Agarwal on 1998. Next is the technology used. So these are the following technology used in the project. First is the bill acceptor. So a bill acceptor is a small opening of the machine body where the customer can insert payment. Next is a motor. Motor is always being part of different machine mechanisms. So it also uses current to make the motor rotate. Different applications can be made with these motors. Stepper motor, servo motor, and DC motors are the common motor used in different machines. Next is the spirit dispensers. It is an instrument designed to measure exact amount of shots of alcohol or spirits. Then, the Arduino. So it is a microcontroller board that can be used in different projects like robotics and many more. So this will let the user upload a code for a specific project. The next one is the relay. So it is a digital switch to control much higher voltages and currents than your normal Arduino board does. Then the push buttons. So these are switches that usually found in the machine interface and used as input of information fed to control the unit from the user. Next is the solenoid valve. So it is an electronic component that shut off, release, close, distribute, or mix fluids. Then the last is the submersible water pump. So it pushes fluids to the surface as opposed to jet pumps, which create a vacuum and rely upon the atmospheric pressure. Next is the conceptual framework. So this figure shows the existing way of mixing cocktails. First, the customer chooses cocktail mixtures in the bar counter. Then the bartenders mix cocktail manually. Then the bartenders accepts the payment from the customer. And last is the bartender serves the mixed cocktail to the customers. Next is this figure shows the existing way of mixing cocktails. So first, user waits the machine to be in ready state. Then the user inserts payment in the bill acceptor. Then the user will choose any of the available cocktail mixtures. Then the machine will automatically mix their chosen cocktail mixtures. And the last is wait for a couple of seconds and the cocktail is ready. Next is the conceptual paradigm. So we have input, process, and output. So for the input, we have three categories, which are the knowledge requirements, hardware requirements, and the software requirements. So for the knowledge requirements, so we have electrical, basic mechanical, programming, bill acceptor setting, and project design. For the hardware requirements, we have the Arduino microcontroller, the servo, stepper motor, bill acceptor, switches, and other electronic components. And for the software requirements, we have the Arduino IDE. For the process, we have the following. First is problem identification, the research, requirement specification, concept generation, design, prototype and construction, system integration, system testing, and last is the evaluation. And for the output, we have the automated cocktail mixer machine.
Chapter 3, the methodology. So in this chapter, presents the methodology of the development of automated cocktail mixer machine. The requirements, specification, concept, and design were illustrated and evaluated to ensure the effectiveness of every essential detail needed to meet the success of the study. Methods and procedures were based on the engineering design process designed by Ralph M. Ford and Chris S. Colston that is proven effective in designing process. So this figure shows the descriptive overview of the design process. The engineering design process was widely applicable to design problem and was given emphasis by Ford Colston in their book Design for Electrical Computer Engineers. So in the design process, we have the following. First is the problem identification. The researchers carefully identified the problem and the project objectives. Setting to the objectives is important in identifying what information needs to be gathered. analyze, and assess. So next is the research. Through the analysis and adoption of different strategies and the methods of basic engineering and scientific principle, related studies and technologies, existing solutions, the researchers become more knowledgeable about the problem, essential in providing effective solutions to the development of the project. Next, requirement is specification. The main concern of the study is to develop, fabricate automated mixture machine capable of dispensing mixed cocktails based on the chosen mixtures in return to payment of the customer. Initially, the machine must be able to check the status of the machine, particularly the availability of the cocktail drinks. Second, the machine should be able to accept and validate payment made by the user, and the user must be able to select the available mixtures in the machine. Then the selected cocktail mixture must be processed by the machine through the spirit dispenser. Then the shaker will mix the chosen cocktail and be poured in the pouring section. After that, the cleaning procedure in the shaker will follow. And lastly, the machine must be able to return the initial status of the machine once the previous transaction was done. Next is the concept generation. In the concept generation, generating concept and selecting among competing ideas are two of the most important factors in creating successful design. Different existing mechanisms that perform similar tasks were studied and analyzed to generate ideas. Then in the design phase, in this stage, the collected information will be analyzed and studied by the researchers to initialize the design of the machine in terms of the specification of hardware and software requirements necessary for the development of the project.
The figure shows the system flow of the project. Once the system was ready, the user must insert an exact amount of paper bill in the bill acceptor. If the machine verifies an exact amount, the user must choose his or her desired flavor. Then the spirit dispenser will pour the cocktail ingredients toward the shaker. Then, the automated shaker will mix the cocktail chosen by the user. Wait for a minute. Then the cocktail will dispense to the glass inside the pouring section. After all the transaction was done, the shaker will be cleaned. Lastly, the eliminated waste will flow down the waste storage of the machine. After that, the machine was ready again for serving.
So these are the different views of the automated cocktail mixer machine. First is the front view, next is the side view, and the third is the back view.
Next is the software design. So this figure shows the interface of the Arduino software. So the Arduino is an open source Arduino software that makes easy to write code and upload it to the board. It runs in Windows, Mac OS X, and Linux. So the environment is written in Java and based on processing and other open source software. So this software can be used with any Arduino board. Then the next one is the prototype and construction. So in this stage, the researchers needed to test the components and parts of the project thoroughly. The specification of the components and their pin configurations were considered to design the project properly in Google SketchUp software. More ideas and designs were learned by viewing video tutorials and instructions in different sites in the internet. The design was applied and the components connection was interfaced. Next is the system integration. So the system integration was done during construction and assembly of the software and hardware. So in this stage, the codes and functions of the components were uploaded to the microcontroller used in this project. Arduino IDE was used as a program platform for Arduino board. Arduino Mega is the main microcontroller of the project. Next is the system test. So all the required parameters and expected outputs were tested and validated according to the objectives. So several tests were conducted to determine the machine's functionality. So we tested the system functionality and usability. One factor that we considered was the accurate measurement of every cocktail and the efficiency of the project. And last is the evaluation. So an evaluation was conducted to test the developed project. The 30 respondents composed of 10 students and 20 individuals based on the following criteria, which are the reliability, functionality, ease of use, and safety. Chapter 4, Project Design, Testing, and Evaluation. So in this chapter, figures and diagrams related to the design project were included. Electronic and mechanical assembly, hardware process, fabrication, testing and troubleshooting, and other applications were also included. In this chapter, we have the following. First, the evaluation of existing method. So, the researchers conducted different studies through the internet, magazines, books, and even interviews about how does the cocktail is being mixed in a manual way. They found out that cocktail shakers are used to mix cocktails. Bartenders usually mix cocktails for their customers who paid manually. Next is the design consideration. So we used our innovative mind on how we came up with a useful and accurate machine that will change the manual way of mixing cocktails in an automated way. So we used Google SketchUp as platform in designing a prototype for automated cocktail mixer machine.
So in the electronic assembly, we have here the Arduino Mega, which is connected to the 12 volts power supply together with the wheel acceptor and the motors. And the other main components like the switches, the relays, the LCD screen, and the servo are in the 5 volts. So, in the connection of the wheel acceptor, the output signal is connected to digital pin number 2 of the Arduino Mega, and the switches is in the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 digital pins of the Arduino Mega, and in the remaining relays is in digital pin number 22 to 32 pins of the Arduino Mega, the servo motor in the pin number 9, the LCD screen, and the SCA pin of the Arduino Mega and SDA. And that's all. So in the mechanical assembly, this figure shows how each of the spirit dispenser are assembled. We inserted a small hose in each dispenser. Next figure is this figure shows the actual image of the shaker located inside the machine, and we use servo motors for the shaker. So the servo motor is connected to a small container where the cocktail ingredients flow for mixing.
Next is the hardware and the software process. So we use Arduino Mega for controlling the whole project. All functions were programmed and codes were uploaded in this microcontroller. Once an exact amount of 100 was entered in the wheel acceptor, the user will now choose his or her desired cocktail mixtures. By pushing the flavor buttons, the cocktail flavors and the ingredients will flow to the shaker. The shaker will mix the cocktail flavors. After a second, the mixed cocktail will be poured in a glass inside the pouring section. So after cocktail was served, the shaker will be automatically cleaned. The shaker will be cleaned after each transaction. All the eliminated waste will flow to the waste storage located under the machine. So, next is the fabrication of mechanical parts and the interfacing of the electronic control. So this figure shows the actual photo of the automated cocktail mixer machine. So it shows the different parts of the machine. So we have here the cocktail and the flavor dispenser, the LCD and the flavor buttons, the bill acceptor, the maintenance section, the wings and bottle storage, the glass section, the reserved cocktail bottles, and the pouring section. Next is the simulation, testing, and troubleshooting. So different tests were done in this project. So there were lots of testing in the amount of cocktails that were poured in each serving. So there were also some adjustments done to have an accurate output. So we also changed the location of the main switch of the project for security purposes. Next is the project testing. So we tested the project's functionality and reliability. We tried to insert a less amount of money to test if it will not functioning. We also tested each bottles to know if it gives the right mixtures. So shakers work properly and even in the cleaning state. All the functions of the project were tested by the researchers. Lastly, the summary and results of evaluation. So the figure shows the summary and results of evaluation for automated cocktail mixer machine. So the project's reliability was rated as excellent by the 80% of the respondents and very good by the remaining 20% of it. The project's functionality was rated excellent by the 75% of the respondent, very good by the 20% of the respondent, and the remaining 5% was rated good by the respondent. The project's ease of use was rated as excellent by the 70% of the respondent, and the remaining 30% of the respondent was rated by very good. And last is for the safety. So the safety was rated as excellent by the 70% of the respondents and very good by the remaining 30% of it.
Chapter 5. Summary of findings, conclusion, and recommendation. So in this chapter contains summary of findings, conclusion generated from the study, and recommendation. First is summary of findings. So based on the idea gathered by the researchers, it came up with an idea that makes mixing of cocktails more advanced and highly innovative when compared to the manual way of mixing it. So we conducted different tests to ensure the machine's functionality. We changed the position of main switch. We relocate it inside the money storage for the safety purposes. We also used container for the eliminated waste of the shaker instead of disposing it straight outside from the machine. Next is conclusions. So mixing cocktails manually can be changed to an automated way through the automated cocktail mixer machine. So automated cocktail mixer machine can be implemented on bars, parties, and some casual events, and can benefit the bar owners in terms of productivity. The system is reliable, functional, and easy to use and safe. And lastly, for the recommendations, the mixture cocktail should be poured and glassed in a faster way. Then the machine should offer more than 10 available cocktails. And finally, the machine should offer money change.
Let us now proceed to the demonstration of the project. So, automated cocktail mixer machine is a machine that will mix different flavors of cocktails in an automated way.
So, automated cocktail mixer machine consists of different parts. First is the bill acceptor. Next is the bottle flavors. Then the LCD screen. The pouring section. The glass storage. And the other one is for the reserved cocktail bottles. So at the top top of the machine, you can see the cocktail and flavor dispenser.
So the purpose of this box is for the maintenance of the project, and the other box is for storing water that can be used in cleaning the shaker. Inside this box, you can see two containers. One is for the water storage for cleaning the shaker, and the other one is for the container that will catch the eliminated waste from the shaker. And on the right side, there is a secured storage for the money paid by the users. Inside of the money storage, you will see the power switch for safety purposes.
The machine uses 220 volts for its power supply.
First, switch on the power button.
The LCD screen shows that you need to insert money together with the amount of it.
Here, I have two paper bills which is 100 pesos and 20 pesos. So this machine only accepts paper bills and doesn't give a change. So when you want to choose your desired flavor, you should enter the exact amount of 100.
To test its functionality, we will try 20 bill as payment.
Once you inserted a 20 peso bill,
The LCD screen shows that you need to add more bill to process your order. So the buttons will not function unless you completely inserted 100 pesos as payments. So let us see. So the buttons are not functioning.
Let us try to order C1, the gimlet, which is the combination of gin and lemon juice.
Put the glass inside the pouring section.
once you inserted a 100 peso bill and accepted by the machine,
The LCD screen shows that you should select the number of your order.
push the button C1 to order gimlet. As you can see, Jean is dispensing first. Next is the lemon juice.
The LCD screen notifies the user if it was in serving state.
After a second, the mixed cocktail will be poured in the pouring section. Wait until it finishes.
So that's it. The cocktail is now served and ready to drink.
The machine is now done serving. In this state, the shaker will be cleaned through the water coming under the machine.
The machine also includes cleaning of the shaker. So after the cocktail was served, the machine will automatically clean the shaker inside this part.
Once cleaning of the shaker was done, all the eliminated waste will flow to this container.